Hi students, welcome back to the fourth episode of 3ds Max Basics, and this time we'll be talking about the modifiers within 3ds Max, or the simple ones to start off with. So first off, let's talk about the vertex. First, if you want to enter the modifier tool, you need to press on the toolbar. If you're on create, press on the modifier one. It's basically the square with a little arc around it. So let's start with vertex. So now if we press on a vertex, as you can see here, it's selected when it's red, while else the rest of them are blue. To select more, you want to press Control and click that selects as multiple, but you need to make sure you're pressing on them, and then Control Z if you want to go back. Now, for example, if I've selected one and I've accidentally selected it, what you can do is if you press Alt and click, that will remove what you've pressed. So let's just say I want this one, and so I don't want this piece anymore. I can delete it. Now, as you can see, there's a hole in the 3D object. Now, to fix this, there isn't necessarily a way to exactly fix this through the vert section, but it's a technique that you should learn. Is known as welding. So if we press one vert and if we press the other vert, and we go down here and you see weld, right now it's on 0.1%, which means if I press weld, nothing happens. So if we press the setting next to the weld button and raise the threshold, you'll see it creates this broken geometry. So if we press OK, it automatically fixes it. And then if we do press that one again and press this other edge to close it off and press weld again, this time it'll work because the setting threshold has been fixed. The number doesn't matter. Generally, you want to do it until until it sticks. But as you can see, that hasn't necessarily fixed it. It's closed the gap, but it hasn't fixed it. So let's delete all of that and start again. So next we have the edge. So with edge, the tool you'd like to use is if you press the bridge button and then you select from one edge to another edge, it creates like a line. But right now, we'd be unable to close it just with the edge, as you can see, you need one face going this up and one face going facing down, essentially like an L shape. We need to make this arc, but just using a bridge is currently impossible right now. Finally, there's the face. These would be used for like the more basic intermediate modeling, which we'll get into eventually. So if you couldn't fix this right now, what you could do, if you have a hole in your mesh, it's good to press this button here called border, and generally you can't press it unless you have a hole. As you can see, we have a hole, and so if you do have a hole, you can press the cap button. So what that does, it just tries its best to fix the hole. However, what it has actually created, if you can see, is 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3, a triangle. Now what you need to understand is game engines don't really necessarily like triangles, and you want to avoid triangles. That's why everything is always as a square, a face.